One of the biggest force, as in concentrated power, is between husband and wife.
How so?
Do you know how powerful a union that if you deal with someone in that union the way that God does not like can hinder your prayer? What happens to your prayer if you do it in unity? I used to say this to the glory of God that, my marriage is like 10 years and 4 months, and I've never had a fight with my wife. And when I say it a lot of time, people don't believe, but that's always the truth.
So
Going
this is
back to,
someone that saw fights every single time.
yeah, my childhood trauma pushed me to knowledge. If you have a father that beats your mom, or abuse your mom, or does not love your mom, they always resent men. If you have a man whose father is not available, who does not have a father figure, they do not respect authority.
What exactly makes people to feel ready for marriage?
Good. There are 3 areas that are key. 1,
Muyiwa Adigun.
yes,
To be very honest now, what exactly is the point in marriage? How important is marriage? That is, if we look at the traditional reasons, the expectations that we have in the society, and all the other reasons that are tied to marriage. What exactly is the point of marriage?
Wow, thank you. One of the major points of marriage is companionship, and also to fulfill. How do I put this? To fulfill God's law. God said that we should multiply, replenish the earth. So marriage is one of God's way to multiply His children. It's a it's for companionship.
Amazing.
It's not easy to do this life alone. You have a partner, one can chase 8,000 and two can chase 10,000.
Now, if we look at all these reasons that you just gave now, because we cannot look at it from one angle alone.
Yeah.
These are just amazing angles, by the way. Companionship, to multiply, to fulfill God's law. If you look at companionship, for example, it's something that people basically get. People even say that I can get, is it companionship? I can look for companionship anywhere. I don't have to be married. Some person will say they don't have to be married to get companionship. And if it is to multiply, that is for procreation reasons. People give birth every now and then. In fact, people do IVF, so to say. So, what other reasons, if we take all these amazing reasons, very genuine and concrete reasons, by the way, if you take them out of the table, what exactly is the point of marriage? If we decide not to go into the Bible, if we decide not to even look at all these reasons, God's law and all that, what exactly is the point for two people coming together and saying they want to get married?
You see, I'll still go back to what I said earlier. You see, there's nothing, love is what brings two people together. It's different from maybe paying someone to be your wife or enjoying yourself with someone else. That's a contract. That's not love. Are we together? So if you're having a family, you have a covenant. What makes marriage different is that covenant in the union, right?
That covenant.
You become one. The mystery of marriage really is becoming one.
Amazing.
Yeah. So if you are one with someone, you're having children as one, you're raising a family as one, you're achieving things as one, you are doing everything you're doing as one. Is one of the most beautiful things on earth. And let me tell you something. And I feel this is one of the reasons why the devil always attacked the marriage. One of the biggest force, as in concentrated power, is between husband and wife.
How so?
I'm telling you the truth. I had this understanding before I got married. I know it. I just know because it's in God's word. The biggest power. That is why when they want to compare marriage, they compare it as Christ and church. Right? Every time in the Bible, you see Christ and church. So when I wanted to get married, I had this understanding. And I think I'm saying this probably outside, or maybe I've said it before. So I used to have like this kind of oppression. Maybe sometimes in night I just feel like a heavy headache, and it's always very terrible. And I told my wife, I was just anticipating for us to get married. Maybe we got married. I called my wife, told her that I just don't know this attack. I know it's an attack. And we held our hands together. And we called on that same power. You see, it's one of the greatest agreements on earth. That you held your hands together with your wife. Nothing can beat that. You can't do that with an answer that the person might change his mind. I'm saying with your wife that you have a covenant with. That's the basic reason why God said that you should deal with your wife is understanding. Because your prayer is going to be hindered.
Amazing.
So,
Amazing.
do you know how powerful a union that if you deal with someone in that union the way that God does not like can hinder your prayer? What happens to your prayer if you do it in unity?
Amazing.
So and that's the major reason. A lot of people just feel like getting married there's a power there. If you make up your mind over your children that you see these are children that we are raising together, they will be successful. They will be successful.
They will be successful.
In fact, one of the reasons why God hates divorce is the disunity that it causes. It takes a lot. I have a friend, the mom and dad stayed together. They didn't have a divorce. The dad didn't get a second wife. You see, some of the things I personally need to struggle to learn. And from a polygamous house, right? The guy is not struggling with those things just because the parents are together. I'm telling you, he's not. It's a struggle for me. It's not a struggle for him.
How did you sit down to analyze it, and you were able to come out? I mean, you were able to come out with this submission.
Yeah, observation.
Okay.
Sometimes in life we observe. Life sometimes is more about patterns. You see, if you put this and this together, and the word of God is clear about all those things. Because as parents, we are sowing seeds. Are we together? The kind of seed that we sow depends sometimes on the harvest. Some of the promises of Abraham is not even to him alone, to his seeds.
To his seeds, yeah, amazing. I remember that. Now, Emmy, data from national surveys. There are different data from all over the world, but because we are in Nigeria, we'll pick Nigeria for an example. Data from national surveys shows that marriage in Nigeria has dropped from about 76% to 66% over the time. What's really beneath the surface? What's happening? Why are people not getting married?
Well, that's interesting. I feel like knowledge. There's a big gap. Our media, the things we see, the songs we listen to, they are not tools that guides us right into the right knowledge of marriage. Are we together? Look at the songs that we listen to. Look at the film that we watch. Look at what the media is portraying women as. Are we together? Look at this. Let's just talk about the songs that we're exporting. What are these songs talking about? How are they painting women? When we watch our videos, when we watch our videos, when we watch our stories, what are we telling? What are we saying about marriage? And I've also observed over time that people love love,
Okay.
but they did not love the knowledge about love.
Can you talk more about that?
I'll talk about it. You see, when it comes to marriage, everybody's mushy, love. But do you have the knowledge about love? Do people have knowledge about marriage? People who study accounting in school, they do accounting 101, they do different, they do it for 4 years.
Yeah.
Right?
Some of them even go to do
now
professional
they
exams.
even do ICANN. People do not put themselves, they do not put knowledge in themselves about marriage. A lot of times, people even compare the kind of marriage that they want to marriage about strangers online that they don't even know what's going on in their life. So we need to bridge a lot of knowledge gap, how to understand a man, how to understand a woman. Your woman wants to know your best secrets. Are we together? Your woman does not want you to have somebody else apart from. Men want respect, women want security. It's not that women need money. Marriage itself needs money. Are we together? You have to be a leader in your home as a man. You have to be faithful. You have to build trust. You can't say that my wife should trust me. Trust is not some trust is built. You password your phone and you said you want your wife to trust you. Trust you for what? Openness builds trust. Do you understand the woman in your life? Do you understand women? Now, do you understand the woman in your life? Are we together?
Do you understand women? And do you understand
the woman in your life? That's two different
things.
Yeah, they are different.
Amazing.
There are general things you can know about women, but you can pin it down to understanding your own spouse.
You spoke about the songs that we listen to, and you spoke about media. How has media shaped, from your personal experience now, how do you think media has shaped the understanding that people have about marriage?
It's not shaping it well. Look at the skits that we do. Because of clicks, it's not shaping it well. See things that people are, using women for clicks. You see, and the truth about it is that it's what people see in the media. I'm telling you.
Why is media such a powerful tool?
It is what they can see.
Okay.
What people can see. If you see it all the time, it registers something into your subconscious. That's why people do adverts, to give you a choice. That when you are making this kind of choice, this will come to your mind. Are we together? So media shapes it. If we are going to change marriage, we need to change our approach to media. Okay. We need to tell good stories more. We need to teach more. We have to pour the knowledge of relationship and marriage in the hearts of people.
And we have to be very deliberate about it.
It's not a joke.
But if we are pushing marriage if you are painting marriage in a positive light to people, are we doing people a disservice? Because I asked that question because we have cases of divorce all around. And that's one of the major reasons why. In fact, there's a data here in front of me here that talks about divorce, amazingly, as part of the reasons why, number one, marriages are declining. The number two, people are discouraged to go into it because people just think, okay, what's the essence if I'm eventually going to divorce this person? So looking at the realities of divorce, should we discard divorce and just go ahead and paint marriage in a positive light into the eyes of people using media?
Good. You see, divorce happens when two partners can no longer cope with themselves. So when I teach about marriage in some of the courses and trainings that I do, I always let people understand that getting into the marriage is the beginning. Are we together? There's majorly if there's one of the reasons that I see where marriage crumble a lot of times is what they call people lack what is called family values. And those are the things that you build, you talk about when you are starting the relationship. There must be values. A lot of homes these days do not have values. So that even when we cross our value system, we know something is wrong here. So there will definitely be divorce. Is it something we pray for? No, because people will change.
Yeah.
People will refuse to make their spouse feel important. People will cheat. People will do a lot of things. But the truth is this: we can't say because there's going to be divorce, and we won't do our own part of educating people about relationship and marriage.
Yeah, just like I think I read somewhere, maybe I heard somebody saying it that people sleep and they don't wake up doesn't mean that you won't sleep.
Yeah.
You just hope that you wake up the next day.
So, family values.
Okay.
is
Family values.
Yeah, you are building your relationship.
And I think it is
on
lacking.
values.
It is lacking.
When
It's lacking everywhere.
during my courtship with my wife, we talk about a whole lot of things, the minute details.
We're still going to get into that.
If you travel out of the country, how long can you stay without me? Yeah, those are important conversations. Not like you are looking for greener pasture and you left your family here for years. Your children are growing up without you. No.
All in the name of
there was a clear family values. We don't do those things.
Do you think that's a problem that a man decides to go to Canada? Maybe the man is staying in Nigeria, or the man is staying in a particular country, and the man decides to travel to go and hustle for the family and leaves the wife and maybe one kid or two children in Nigeria, and in 2-3 months they are not together yet. 6 months they are not together yet. 1 year they are not together. I mean, we have cases of that. But what do you personally think about that when it comes to the value of marriage?
Sometimes it might be necessary to make some sacrifice for your marriage. Maybe you are going to Canada, maybe you have to be there a year before you'll be able to bring your families. Those things happen. And sometimes you have to make those sacrifices, even for your family. You might be apart for a while. But when it's like getting longer than is required, you must understand that your emotions.
When does it get too long? At how many months or how many years does it get too long?
Well, it depends. Okay. It depends on the family. It depends on the people in the family. Some people cannot even stay apart for 6 months. Some can't stay more than 2. So it depends. I don't want to put but you know when it's no more LD. Are we together? You can tell. You know when your spouse, can no longer take this.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. I was reading some posts online, and the post suggests that one of the major reasons why there are decline in marriage, talking about data, is that women seem to be more interested in marriage than the men. In your personal experience, and of course, you said earlier that you coach people relationship-wise, marriage, family, and all that. Do you think that is true?
That women seem to be more interested in marriage than
that is when we look at it, women seems to be more. It looks as if, according to those series of posts that I saw, it looks as if the women, when we talk about the concept of marriage, the women seem to be more excited about it. Is that true? Do you have any classic example to give us from a recent engagement?
Well, no. When a woman is thinking of marriage, is thinking of the old thing. Is thinking of a home. Is thinking of the children. Is thinking of the husband. Sometimes for a man, you want a family, right? But you also think about the responsibility of catering for the family. So sometimes a man wants to be very okay.
Yeah,
he wants to be able to find
especially
money and romance, money and honey.
Clock it. Money and honey, amazing.
I'm aware of that. Women are much more into.
Do you have any recent conversation with someone that can attest to that fact? That maybe you had to even tell the woman to calm down a little bit. Come on, calm down a little bit. Do you have any recent
The
conversation
point
about
is that, for a woman,
it?
a man can wake up at 40 and decide he wants to get married. But in the society, if you are a woman
At 30.
at 30 something, you're already becoming a
There's a
concern.
problem already.
And because of some different factors, you're the Bible calls it the wife of my youth,
Yeah.
the husband of my youth.
That's what my
That
youth, yeah.
youthful part
Mhm.
talks about a lot of things: your reasoning, your body. In medicine, there is a stage that they call risky pregnancy, and there's a age bracket. Once you want to give birth around that age, they'll tell you, man, it's
It's
like
risky.
very risky.
Amazing.
So the way God configure women, there are times that you just want to do some things early. So basically, it is very important that you do marriage as a woman very early enough, when not like women used to have menopause at a certain age.
And amazing, the women have menopause and men don't have
You
menopause.
get that's very interesting.
Amazing. Emmy, I want to ask this question and I want you to answer very truthfully. Do you think marriage erases childhood trauma? The reason I ask that question is because a lot of people are not interested in getting married because of traumatic experience that they've had, relationship, maybe from the family. So do you think marriage can magically erase that traumatic experience, especially the ones from childhood?
That's a big question. I used to tell people that some of the traumas that I have with my family, brought me to the level of knowledge I have about relationship and marriage. Because my parent growing up used to like fight a lot, and also
I've seen different videos
I
that
don't
you've
even want to
shared.
get married.
That you share that
I
you
did,
did not want
and
to.
I
Amazing.
didn't.
Tell us about
I
tell me
didn't want
more.
to get married.
Tell me more about it. So how come the person that never wanted to get married is now, I am not married and I've spent a few minutes with you. It seems I should. Come on. That means you've done something in me. You've shifted my perspective about marriage. I want to get married. People should not get me wrong.
Okay.
But the fact is that the conversation that I've had with you so far, I mean, backstage and all, and now it has made me to believe more in marriage. So how come somebody that never wanted to get married is now shifting somebody's perspective? And it's very hard to shift my perspective. It's not easy to shift my perspective because you just have to come on. You can't just tell
You
me.
can't be doing life alone.
You can't just tell me black is black and I'll tell you like that. You got to show me. But you've spent a few minutes on this show with me so far, and I'm seeing beautiful marriages ahead of me.
Yeah.
So how did that person that never wanted to get married has now transitioned to somebody that has a beautiful marriage, and beyond that is now shifting perspectives about marriage?
Good. Growing up, I like I mentioned earlier, my parents always fight a lot, So I feel like if this is what marriage is for, I mean, why will I marry someone and start fighting with the person? Because as I begin to grow, God started speaking to me. And one of the first things God spoke to me is that, you see, if you know more, you will do more. So the level of the knowledge that my parent had, that was what they were working with. So the first thing God told me to do is to get knowledge about marriage. I'm not just excited about law. So the first thing I did was to study about women. I used to say that almost all the women in the Bible, I sat down and I studied almost every one of them. When I read some of them, I really like I'm talking to my sisters. I'm serious. I read it that much. What do I need? I just wanted that understanding.
About women.
I want to have a foundation. I want to understand them so much. The world has told me so many things about women, but I just wanted to know them. It's amazing that I have a whole lot of, in fact, I didn't know I was going to be writing stories, my stage plays, everything would be about Pelumi, about women. I had a vast knowledge. I just want to tell my stories from that perspective. So the first thing I got was knowledge. Immediately I got the knowledge. Oh God. It changes my perspective. I used to say this to the glory of God that, my marriage is like 10 years and 4 months, and I've never had a fight with my wife. And when I say it a lot of time, people don't believe, but that's always the truth.
So
And I'm going
this
back
is someone that saw fight every single time.
Yeah. So my childhood trauma pushed me to knowledge.
Okay.
So it's about what you see it as. Think about it. If your parents are poor, you have more passion to be rich.
Be rich.
You know how important it is
to
have money.
Yeah.
You get when you are a lapo,
You know.
I'm telling you the truth.
You want to become Nepo.
So instead of now being afraid, hey, money, I want to learn about investment. Because my parents were poor, I want to have a work, I want to upskill. That is how to interpret it, not interpreting it from fear and not doing anything. So I reading books.
Amazing.
I read loads of books about relationship and marriage. I read a lot. By the time I want to get in fact, 3 months meeting my wife, I was ready to marry her. There was something I was looking for. I was specific, and I make sure I also maximize my youthful season. You see, a lot of time people don't know that marriage is not a place where you are looking for joy.
Okay.
Marriage is a place where we share joy that we both already have. So you are not going into marriage to say, when I marry, I'll just be fulfilled. That's not it. You should be living for something. I'm living for something. My wife is living for something. When we come together as whole individual becoming one. You see, if you want to live your life, you want to start living your life when you're married, marriage will be boring to you. Nobody has that to give to you. Are we together? If you think that when I have children, I'll be fulfilled, you will have the children and they're going to leave you one day.
Yeah.
You must be living a life. One of the things I did throughout my single days was to make sure that I maximize my single days.
So, whatever traumatic experience that anybody has about marriage that is discouraging them from getting married should lead them into knowledge.
Go for knowledge.
So, when you expose your mind to the knowledge,
go for knowledge. That mess will be a message very soon. Just go for knowledge.
Amazing.
I went for knowledge.
Amazing. Emmy, what patterns have you seen in marriages that can be traced back to childhood traumas or childhood experience? That is counseling people, talking to people, coaching people about marriage and relationships. What are the patterns that you've seen? What are the things that you've seen? Okay. How so?
I've seen a lot of times from observation. Parents, especially for ladies especially, if the father beat their mom or abuse their mom, they resent men.
Please say that again.
If you have a father that beats your mom or abuse your mom or does not love your mom, they always resent men.
Amazing.
If you have a man whose father is not available, who does not have a father figure, they do not respect authority. Patterns. One of the things God told me, said, you want your children to respect you. Let them see how you love their mother. The level of honor they will have for you. You can't expect your children to love a man who does not respect his covenant partner. explain to them. I mean, you brought us to this world through this person, or you do not respect.
So how do you want us to respect them, or even you?
You understand what I'm saying? So it's like a pattern. Parenting is very key. Is very, very key. Parenting, having a father figure, having a mother. I've seen people who, there are some people that God will just find a way to just make up all these things for you in one way or the other. For me, when God wanted to shape my perspective of marriage, you know what he did? He made me stay with people who have their marriage together. Because it is important for me to see possibility. There was no possibility in my mind.
Started seeing different patterns.
I live with them and I saw that, man.
It's a new pattern here, different pattern.
People are not,
like
everybody's not,
it's a different pattern.
Everybody's not my family now. I live with a couple. They just got married, then I stayed with them. I saw how they live together, how they handle issues. I said, boy, I'm going to get married. I live with a family. They're like in their 60s or 50s then.
And they are still amazing.
Baba will wait for the mama. They drive themselves out the compound.
Slowly.
Man.
Okay,
I started seeing something different. Are we together?
Yeah.
So it's parenting is important. We must make sure that, we a lot of times, what was happening to me when my parents were fighting, my parents didn't know. They never knew it had an effect on my mind, on my perspective to life.
So would we say they were innocent?
Based on the knowledge they have. We can't judge someone
beyond
outside the knowledge that he has. My mom, my dad, they're amazing people. But the point is that the knowledge that they have about the institution, in fact, if you study them, who taught them?
Who taught them? Who was that teacher?
You see, some of them also have absentee fathers that did not even train them. From someone like my dad had to train himself through school. So, I mean, he might even be going through trauma that we don't know.
We don't know.
Some we say we used to trek. And in fact, there were some parents that even believe that you do not give your children money too much so that they do not, when they suffer, their head will be correct. So they attach greatness to poverty. Because that was how they climbed greatness.
What exactly makes someone to feel ready? Is it finances? Is it emotional maturity? Is it having all the knowledge that you just spoke about now? What exactly makes people to feel ready for marriage?
Good. There are 3 areas that are key. 1, your spirit, your soul, and your body.
That's 3?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's very, very key. See, you must be spiritually ready for marriage. As a man, you are going to be a priest over a home. There was a time I had to tell myself the truth that the way I'm doing my Christian journey, can I teach my wife? Because the Bible says that a man must be able to wash the woman with the word. It's not necessarily that I have to shout on her. I must make her see what the word of God says. And that has been the foundation from. If there is any reason why I have rest, is because, we took time to really study the word together. So spiritually, you must be ready. Not like there are issues in your home, you are behaving like a baby. Are we together? You must be a man. Because see, a man, don't mind the society that they want to start demanding woman from a man. See, a woman will demand a man from you. I will demand a woman. I don't want to marry another man.
I'm a man already.
I will demand a wife from my wife. Spiritually is important.
Okay.
And your body. There's nothing. Body is important though. Your body must be ready. Your mind, those are the things that I'm talking about. And the truth is that you can't want to go into marriage without having money. Is that a joke?
I listen to a lot of elders about marriage, And I noticed that when they were growing up, and I've discussed it many times with my mates, with my friends, I mean, with people that I know. When they were growing up, I mean, during the time that we were growing up, let's use Nigeria, for example, there was a perspective they had about marriage. You would see someone that was not even doing anything, that wasn't really working, that was even still in school, is already was already married, basically. A lot of us, they gave birth to us while our dad
In school.
was maybe still in school or maybe doing one thing or the other. And now it seems that a lot of things have changed in the mind of people. Now people are waiting to kind of feel ready, especially financially. And also recently, I noticed that beyond financially, some people also want to be ready, even when they are ready financially, they also want to be ready career-wise.
Yeah.
I have a lot of female friends that they say, you know what, before I get married, I'm going to finish my master's degree, and I'm going to travel, to do this, to do that. And we've talked about it. Sometimes we just joke about it. Uh, at this day and age that we are in currently, do you think it is genuine, or do you think it is just people being unserious when they say they want to be ready career-wise and they want to be ready, especially financially? They want to have certain they want to be financially
Leverage.
freedom
Yeah.
to a certain stage. Do you think they are just being unserious? They are just being
Good.
unrealistic?
You see, when it comes to marriage at every level, I would say that you stand married by faith. You see, because I've seen people who probably started in a one-room apartment, build mansions. Money is very key.
Mhm.
But all the same, I said that you must learn to do things by faith. That means start with what you have. A lot of times, if you have a job, you have an income. If you have an income and you have a place to stay, I can say that you can go into marriage.
What if that income seems to be not be enough?
There is no
That
money.
even you yourself, you are still scrabbling to eat.
See, there is no money that will be enough.
Okay.
What we must always learn to do is to live our size. I've seen people who have money. I've seen someone who has a whole lot of money, has a space, and is not married tonight to find it. So sometimes, if you check these stats, it's not really about that. You need a job.
Mhm.
You see, there are some things that once you are cutting, you start making plans. If you are working, okay, this kind of work that I'm doing, is there a way to upskill? Are there more things that I can do? But in my personal experience, I can say the blessing of marriage is very powerful. The favor that comes on people, men, when they are married. I've even seen people that they seem to they just entered marriage, earning little money, managing, and
Yeah, fine.
they're
But
fine.
Emmy, let's also look at the other side of it. There are people also that it was as
Suffered.
if the marriage brought all the suffering in the world.
So true. I
So what
feel
are we going to say
I
concerning
feel
that?
like, see, when you are getting married, the information we have about money, we underestimate money.
Mhm.
So true.
Thank you for saying that.
I'm telling you.
How
For me
important is money?
personally, it's very important.
I like the way you said that.
You do not want to. You do not want to. I'm telling you.
You know what to be
Romance,
broke
romance, we know romance.
without money.
You don't have
The
money.
oil will not.
No, you don't have money. Money is very,
It's a
very key.
lubricant.
Money is
Amazing.
key.
Okay.
But having a vision is also,
Oh, yes, sir.
we're going somewhere. Are we together? When we got married, I was making money. My wife was even a copper. But we knew we were going somewhere. All right. She was a copper. She was 7 when we got married. But we knew I was not a lazy man, right? We're going somewhere. So sometimes, even in love, there's what is called sacrifices. You might have seasons where you need to sacrifice this, you need to build. Some of our parents that we're talking about got married, they were in school, maybe in the university.
And they didn't really know much.
But they were also building themselves. Some were doing business. Those were sacrifices that marriage can bring on you.
Amazing.
And I feel during their days, things are not as expensive as this.
Mm.
There was no mobile
Yeah,
phone.
the standard of
They're
living
not
then.
buying data. I remember growing up, in fact, we have to walk to the junction to even get a bus. Those places now, I can't even walk them
Mhm.
because then there was no way. It's either you have a car or you trek. There was no even bikes. When I was growing up, there was no bikes. So if I'm going to church, it's either there is a car taking me, I will trek. There's no, it's not like, oh, what do we do? There's nothing you can do. You are going to church, you trek. But right now, there are different means of transportation. So life is more expensive. But all the same, I always advise people that, leave your size.
Leave your side.
If you can
Amazing.
stay in one room or a room and parlor, enjoy that level.
So it is good for people to aspire to at least reach a particular level financially and other areas of their lives before they venture into marriage.
It is good to,
Is it good for people to aspire or to want to get a particular stage financially or to want to get some things done before they
it depends on context.
okay?
Depends on if the kind of jobs that you do, might not make you more available. You might want to not do some things at a certain time,
Mm-hmm.
but just to make sure that you are not thinking too much. You are not, you are not overthinking things.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Because time is essential
Mm-hmm.
in whatever you want to do. So I believe so much in early marriage. You find somebody that you love, you are doing something for yourself, and you can live your size, you'll be fine. I believe so much in that.
Amazing. Let's talk about the causes of the decline in marriage.
Okay.
Just as we have been discussing, among all the causes of decline in marriage, cohabitation is mostly cited. Is mostly cited as a major one. What is your honest opinion about this? That is beyond the religious perspective. Now, what is your honest opinion about this?
Cohabitation,
Being one of the most cited reasons for
See.
decline in marriage.
if I advise anyone, I advise them not to cohabit. One of the things that I think and I study a lot, sometimes people train their spouse to cheat from cohabiting. Because what I do with you, I'll do against you.
Hmm.
If as a man we are caught and I can't hold on, I can't wait till we get married. You see, that lack of self-control is still going to show up in marriage. In fact, you'll be under more pressure.
Hmm.
So there are right ways to do things. Always, it's called self-control.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen a lot of people. One of the reasons why cohabitation is not good is because it can lead to a lot of things. You are doing wife duties.
Strange.
You see, even for married man, all those things, it's responsibility on our mind. If you want to if you are staying, you are living with someone, you must be able to take responsibility. I feel like why will you be don't you have parents? Why will you be cohabiting with someone? You have those. My daughter is my responsibility. It's not you are not married to my daughter. Why will cohabiting as how? You
As
don't
how now?
you get you now see how people feel indebted to each other when there's a breakup. They feel like I've given him my all. I'm like, how 2 years relationship or 1 year? How did you give him all?
they,
You
have,
get
they have gone to
you get what I'm saying? How did you come to all? And these are the things that happens. You can get pregnant. You see, you can wake up. I've forgotten how someone put it. They say you can wake up love when it's not even ready.
Amazing.
Cohabiting a lot of times. I've seen people cohabit for a long time and didn't didn't get up married.
But what of people that cohabited and they ended up getting married?
Well, even those people that did it, ask them if they want their children to do such a thing. They'll tell you no. People
Because of
know what's
certain
right.
things that is, yeah.
People know what's right now.
Yeah. Amazing. Now, let's talk about the cases of people that never cohabited,
Yeah.
never even stayed together unsupervised. But there are
Yeah.
some cases that people say when you are in a relationship, there are certain sects in Nigeria that believe that when you are in a relationship with someone,
Yeah.
you have to have someone, an elder with you, that will supervise. They did all that, and at the end of the day, 3 months down the line, maybe the man just sees that no, this person is not for me, or the woman sees that this man does not even last. I mean, this man does not even satisfy me sexually. So what do you have to say to that?
Beautiful. There's what is called sex education for marriage. Sometimes you need a counselor. Sometimes you need medical expert. Sometimes you just need wisdom. You see, now when it comes to the issue of sex, it's building a home, so it's something that happens gradually. I can say that sometimes when I even think about my early days of marriage, even what was I even enjoying then? Because I think I'm enjoying more in that area right now. So it's also there is growth in every area. But if you lack that sexual, there are some things you might not know. Some things you'll find out with each other that might be unique, but there are some other things that you might not know. Like something as simple as knowing that, a woman will want foreplay, want you to have conversations. Sex for a man is always ready. But the woman, sex starts from like the morning, or sex starts from helping her in the kitchen. She just wants to get her emotions involved. So that it's not like in the night you are just bringing your hand. It feels like you are using me. You see, for it, this is called love making. So there must be love. So it's you need to go for knowledge when it comes around. So either you cohabit, but we even seen people that cohabit that didn't get it right sexually. It does not testing each other doesn't mean
It
that
doesn't mean you.
marriage is different.
Amazing.
So go for knowledge
Okay.
around sex, around you can ask each other questions. What do you want? How do you want it? There should be feedback. It's a blessing, right? How did you enjoy the blessing? Did you enjoy the blessing? Do you want me to add to the blessing? What do you want me to subtract? So conversations must constantly be things like that must constantly be discussed.
Amazing.
About sex and marriage. A lot of times couples don't like to go for knowledge in that area because they feel embarrassed. The man might even feel like I'm not doing well. There's nothing bad in.
Have you had any couple come to you to discuss that topic, sex in marriage? I mean, and it's even leading to and it's almost leading to divorce.
I've had individuals talk to me about it.
So they've not come together.
Coming together.
One of them.
I've not even come together.
One of them will come.
Especially
anonymously. Amazing.
Because I feel like a lot of time even ego will make people do that. Individually, people have come to me for counsel in different areas, but together, I'm yet. Let me say I'm yet.
So when that individual came, how did you feel?
No, it's what
was
I
it
do.
awkward?
No.
It didn't feel awkward.
Yeah, God's blessing can be awkward.
Amazing. And how did they feel better? Were they able to get better with it? Did you get feedback? It's so awkward. Did you get, yeah. Or feedbacks are not important.
If you're teaching something, if you want to see if it's work now, you just need to just say it in a particular way. Hey, thank you.
That's worked.
You know that.
Amazing. Now, the last person that came around, what apart from the one that you said earlier that you can get education, what other specifics did you expose them to that helped them in the marriage? in the area of sex?
You know that when it comes to topics like that, especially things around sex and all that, it has to do with a lot of being confidentiality.
Mhm.
So maybe there are some
Confidential.
things
That you will say, and the person will say,
you get.
Emmy
So
has got to talk about me.
you get. So you want to you want to say that, or say those kind of things, especially on outdoor like this, because there are
Mhm.
personal issues people are going through.
But
But
apart from getting sex education, what general counsel would you give to anyone that is having issues in their marriage and is leading to divorce, or in the name of, or because of sexual satisfaction?
I just wanted to say this, that every marriage should be accountable. I think one of the issues that most marriages have, especially the one most divorce, is not having people that the marriage is accountable to. When I go into a relationship, I told my wife, you can report me to these three people. Don't feel there's nothing like you went to go and report me. 100% authority. If you feel like I'm doing something you don't like, don't hesitate. It is called people that can call you to order. Every car must have a brake.
Mhm.
You can't expect somebody to submit to you, but you are not submitted to anybody. That's a danger. And it's even dangerous to follow that kind of person. So there is an accountability system. My wife can call them up and say, my husband just did this. And they don't need to call me more than once.
Mhm.
It is not people that I assume I respect. If they tell me to do this, I'll follow their words because I trust them. A lot of times, marriage need it. I'm telling you, I know a lot of my friends' marriage, people that are close to me, that will have crumbled if they do not have somebody the marriage is accountable to. Someone just speak one word. Oh yeah, take your load back to your house. And when you are
No,
done,
but
come
no.
and meet me.
Mm.
And they discuss this. Oh, that's what you did. And that was wrong now. Don't do it again. You see, and they sorted it. And they are doing fine together. Those kind of issues, if there was nobody to call them to all that, they are the ones going all around sharing things in podcast right now. This was my marriage, and the marriage was not accountable to anybody. Accountability from relationship, we immediately got into it. We started that accountability system. I know the people that I can report my wife to. Sometimes I even report her to God first. There are some things that I just know that, you know what, let me pray about this first. Are we together? So it's very, very key.
Amazing. You spoke earlier about people that go on podcasts to divulge information about their
Family.
some people for clickbait. People do crazy things for clickbait these days. People do a lot of crazy things for just to trend. What do you have to say about? Do you think the sanctity or the sanctity of the secrecy of marriage? I'm sorry, I'm saying a lot of big.
It's okay. No,
Do you
I
think the
get.
secrecy? Do you think the secrecy of marriage should be kept even after a divorce? Do you think everything shared between a man and a woman when they were married, financially, emotionally, secrets don't have to be bad.
Yeah.
When we hear secret, a lot of times we think it's something bad. Secret can be as good. It can be something as good as we have a parcel of land in a country and we don't want anybody to know about it. Or secret can be as good as my husband did not have money to buy boxer for a while. I was one helping him to. It's not a bad thing to so to say, depending on the context. Do you think all those secrets shared should be kept at least secret, even after divorce?
Yeah. I feel like, you see, if you've been with someone in the name of love, you have children together, they were once a blessing to you. you need to also respect them. You do not need to close every door slamming it. You can close it gently. I met a woman in this Ife. I'm telling you, she's one of the most amazing women I've ever met. Had some issues with the husband, but sincerely, they don't live together. But the way she discussed the husband, I'm surprised that some people in Jasha.
You would it's as if she's even selling the husband to you. Amazing.
Daddy.
And they're not together
I'm
anymore.
telling you.
They have children?
Lots of children. No one, not two. I'm telling you. As until today, I'm just wondering what kind of woman is that? She won't speak bad about it. She just say,
it didn't work.
Life happens, it didn't work, that happens. Genuinely, not genuinely. Because she feels that that's still my children's father. I'm not going to do that. I'm telling you, when she's speaking about the husband, does she have things she didn't like? Yeah, a lot. But her perspective is that, Baba, as in, that's their father.
That's the father, my children.
And for the sake of that, I'll still want to respect and keep information. You will not hear any nonsense. Amazing. Because the point is that some marriages might even later work, but they've said too much.
So even while they are going through the painful process of divorce, because divorce is always painful for both parties. Yeah. So even while they are going through the process of divorce, you think that some marriages, there are still hopes for them to come back. If not, if only they had kept their mouth shut.
A whole lot of people, some would not have made the decision. Some, they feel it's good. Some, they feel like, I was very immature.
In diverging.
In even leaving the marriage. Later when they feel like, man, I'm just impatient. I think it was not that. I think I just said too much. Yes. I think I would have done it this way. Because sometimes divorce is crazy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Especially for the children.
Imagine that.
That's a different topic.
Sometimes some people need it.
Okay. I was about to ask a question on that.
That somebody told me what was happening in the marriage. That was the first time I advised someone that we are doing a divorce proceeding right away.
So in what cases is divorce, or in what cases do you have no other choice than to just advise divorce?
One, either divorce or a partial separation.
Okay.
You see, there's the person that is alive that can have a
that's deep.
If you are alive,
you got to be alive first.
You have to be alive first. Are we together? You have to be alive. So first thing, before it is even the person that is alive that can divorce. So first thing, you have to be alive. If it is becoming life-threatening, first of all, you have to separate. Because, man, you can live separately and still be mother and father to your children.
We have different examples like that.
Are we together? So it's very important. It is very, very important. So making up is because you are alive. Marrying somebody else is because you are alive. So in some cases, you have to prioritize that. When it comes to getting to the level that life is being threatened, please, whether that's partial separation or they get a divorce. I've seen people who got divorced and they're doing fine. The truth is this, you see, and I've always said this, the woman with you that you're shouting on is somebody else's angel when they got to. Same things you're complaining about. That's what somebody's praying for today.
Amazing.
Your woman is too forward, she's always everywhere. That's somebody's
Some
like,
person likes just before my wife. Amazing.
I'm telling you the
I mean,
truth. So
that's
sometimes
amazing.
if you're in the wrong place, some breakups are breakthroughs.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. The reason for some storms is because you are in the wrong place. You know, Jonah was thrown out of a ship.
Amazing guy. Crazy.
He was thrown out of a ship.
Mm.
So you can be in a relationship.
Hey, clock it.
You get, he was thrown out of a ship because he was not meant to be there in the first place. He wasn't meant to be there.
Fascinating guy.
I'm telling
I
you.
always like whenever I just want to laugh, I
Just feel like,
just
what's
go
the
to the
issue
book of
here?
Jonah. Just
What's the
read.
issue? Oh, this guy. You can,
He even said that look, I am the cause of many people's problem. You should not worry.
in some relationship, you are the cause of the problem. Then you know that if I leave this relationship, this man will be fine. I'm his problem. I'm telling you. So two people together, they will try everything. It's not going to work. Some breakups are just breakthroughs.
Yeah. You know, speaking about being in the wrong place,
Yeah.
you know, at the backstage before we started this podcast, even we were discussing about it in another respect entirely. Now, what would you have to say to someone that they are in a geographical place currently? Their mind seems to be more developed than where they are geographically, and because that's one of the major reasons for decline in marriage. People think, some guys and some ladies, they think that the ladies, for ladies now, they think that the guys that are surrounding them, they can't really build a future with them. They are actually ready genuinely from their heart, but they just feel like that the guys that are around them, or for guys now, the ladies that are around them, they seem not to be vibrating on the same frequency, and they don't want to have that problem when they get married. What do you have to say to that person?
Yeah, location matters. I used to explain some things. You know, some of the reasons, if you do not have the right knowledge as a lady in Nigeria, the things that you will desire from love will be different from person in UK.
Same thing for the man also.
Yeah. You see,
So that location.
in location matters. Let me give an example. A lot of people, if you ask some people, not every lady, I'm just picking a scenario. What do you want? I want a guy that can buy me a phone, buy me an iPhone, and buy me a car.
That's
And you
all.
feel like, oh, when you get abroad, you can afford those things yourself. In fact, you start working, they give you the latest one. And a car, you just pick the one. You like, so far you're working. You will want more than that. That cannot be love to you. You want more? And if you see anybody giving you something like this, and then some people even feel, oh my, how are your friends even making videos? You can't see people make videos except maybe it's high-end car. I mean, it's
you got a car then.
Some guys too, because they are used to being the provider, mentality. When they get abroad, I mean, you are picking 50-50. You are paying bills and paying bills. You have to give some respect more than I'm providing. Everybody is providing. You need to bring leadership here. Marriage is more than providing. You need leadership. You need a man must be able to bring a vision and leadership. Because there are some women we get money pass.
Oh, of course.
We get, so it's more than that. So location really, really matters. If you feel like the people in your environment, you are bigger than them, you also must just now be careful not to size people up by what you're seeing. As a lady, you're young, you're single, you must have insight and hindsight. That means you must be able to see someone and know that, this is the next president. The way this guy is moving.
So even if you guys are in the same
I'm telling you
location,
the truth. If you miss that, you will miss destiny partners. If you start sizing up people, don't size up people. You must have inner eyes. I'll give a perfect example. When Abigail met David in the Bible, he said, "You're going to become a king." How did she know? said, "My Lord, don't kill my husband because you're
Don't
going to
mind
become a
them.
king. And when you become
Foolish
a
man.
king, so that the blood..."
An innocent man.
When the Bible was going to introduce Abigail, it said, "A woman of great understanding, and she's beautiful." So it's not just beauty. She can see power. Power is power. So you can't just be sizing up people. Some people don't dress well in this environment just
Okay.
because they can't afford it.
Okay.
It's not
Okay.
because they're not I know someone that probably was earning maybe how much in Ibadan, in a place, little money, maybe 80K, struggling with life. She traveled out of the country. She started making millions. She built a house. So you can't be sizing. You can't do that.
Amazing.
I mean, people might just be, you might be meeting them in their low state. In the next few years, you might have missed a billionaire.
Amazing.
So you can't just be sizing, say, "Hey, they're not in my environment." No, don't say that. Are we together?
Yeah, thank you so very much, Amy. So thinking about marriage, if marriage as an institution didn't exist today, that is, I was just thinking about it, as we're talking. And I thought about it. If marriage let's assume there was nothing like marriage, do you think people will still create it?
There won't be people.
Also,
How will you get here? How will you be on this table if there wasn't marriage?
okay, amazing. But would people still go ahead and create people absent of marriage?
In fact, life will be worse.
I think we
That
will
means
not go
that
back.
we don't have a fam. Everybody, I
Everybody,
can just meet you on the road. Everybody's moving. No. God didn't design life that way.
to be chaotic.
No. It's very chaotic.
Amazing.
You don't have a people you belong to. You don't have a family. Life is in families. You must know that life is created to be in families. Ife is a family. Ibadan is a family. Nigeria is a family. We behave a particular way. We reason a particular way. When you go outside
the country
of the country, you see anybody wearing a flag, you don't even care if he's from Oshun or Igbo. You just feel you are a Nigerian. That's a family. Are we together? If you are also in maybe US and you see somebody from Africa, you feel like we're also family at the African level. So life is in families. The way God designed it, you have smaller. The people you went to the same secondary school with, you have a family bond with them.
Amazing.
So life, you are moving from one family, you are in a family. Like I used to give an example. Some people say, my parents are maltreating me. I'm not going to school. I want to go to the garage. When you get to the garage, you still meet another school there. In fact,
school everywhere.
That school deep. The garage school is very deep. I observe a lot. That the same person that said he doesn't want training, the training in the garage is brutal.
Brutal. Not organized, but
when it's organized though.
They are organized too.
Ah.
In a way.
Very organized.
Tell us about it.
There's a chairman now. The chairman's boss will be the first to load. You are passing chairman, you do like this. Yeah, you.
Amazing. Thank you so very much. Thank you so very much, Emmy. So, if two people are about to get married, love in the air, they come to you right now, what would you tell them?
Knowledge. If you're getting married, knowledge. But let me just say a few things. If you're getting married, I'll talk about family values. I mentioned that later. And I also want you to know 3 types of joining. There is joining of the mind, there's joining in the church, and there's consummation. These 3 are very, very important in marriage. That means your mind are joined together. The joining of the mind is the most important thing if you want to have a successful marriage. See, if your mind is not joined together, you argue a lot. There'll be a lot of differences. Are differences good? Yes, but there must still be unity in it. So a lot of times, thinking beyond, and they join us in church, thinking beyond, we are joined together by consummation, that's sex, you must also work on the joining of your mind. It comes by communication, talking together, doing things together, and being intentional about loving each other. If you build your family like that, it will get to a time that you talk less. In my marriage right now, I talk less. I'm telling you, our minds are joined together. Some things I want to say, my wife says, I was just thinking about this morning. It is called the joining of the mind. It happens sometimes by praying and by also doing things together and reading together. That's, in fact, that's one of the biggest spiritual bond in marriage.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you. We are about to end the show now.
Thank you.
I actually felt personally now, maybe I'm selfish. I felt we should just continue this. But we have a lot of other things to do. But we have a tradition, because we are not just building a podcast. Yeah, we are building a story.
Okay.
We are trying to, the guests that we are bringing on, we are trying to create a story, a journey with them in such a way that in the next few years, we want to bring them, want to come back together. So we are not just creating a podcast for people to just come listen and go. No, we want to create an impact in such a way that people can say in the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years, oh, I listened to something that somebody said on this podcast. And I applied it into my marriage, as we're talking about today, into my pursuits in life as an entertainer, just like we did with one of our guests, last week or so. And they can easily trace a result, a positive result, to what they learned from the podcast. So that's why we are creating a joint for our guests, for the studio, for the host, myself, and most especially for the audience. So it's a journey that we're trying to take ourselves on. So we're not just creating a podcast, as I said earlier. So because of that, we have a tradition that we started with myself and my team. We have a note. We call the note the unscripted note. And it's very simple. All you just do on the note is privately now. You don't need to say it out.
Right.
Yeah, you write 3 things that you think people should know about any topic. You can pick marriage, you can pick spirituality, you can pick anything in the secular world. 3 random things that you think people should know that they don't know. Or you can also write where you wish or where you want to be in the next 2 years, or the next 1 year, or the next 3 years. Or you can write a special note to your darling wife. It's personal to you. Then secondly, on the unscripted notes, you would also suggest guests that you feel should be on this show and that you are going to help us to follow up on.
Okay.
So over to you, sir. This is the unscripted notes.
Am I going to write the guest here too?
No, yeah, you write. The first thing to do is you write the 3 things, any random things that are very personal to you, and then you write the guest name. You can write just 1, you can write 2, and then after that you append your signature and you put the date there.
Okay. What do I write? What's coming to? Do you see my writing? Marriage is like the Ark of Noah. You started by faith.
Amazing, amazing. You have a fine handwriting, sir.
Hey.
It's calligraphic. Did you learn it? Did you learn it?
Well,
People say my writing is not fine. But I always tell them that it's only brilliant people that have ugly handwriting.
wow, good.
Yeah, because our brain is faster than our.
Ark of Noah. So marriage is like the hack of Noah.
You don't need to read it outside.
Okay, that's
But I'll get it. The writing almost looks like my own.
okay.
So I'll be able to read it. So who do you wish to be on this show with us? Maybe just one person, maybe two persons.
Doreen Omosele and Ayo Bello are all doing.
Amazing. You can put their names down. Amazing people. You just mentioned some big people right now. Thank you so very much, sir. It has been a great time.
Thank you.
Being on this show. Thank you for all the amazing insights that you shared. I want to ask you before you go.
Okay.
Do you think cheating in a marriage is a reason for divorce?
Yeah, on legal grounds, can grant you divorce because your spouse is cheating.
So what other grounds are there apart from the legal grounds?
There are also some more reasons. But are you saying that I feel like somebody should leave a marriage?
Yeah, because of
cheating. Well, if legally you can do that.
But from a spiritual perspective, what would you consider? Do you think a wife should cover up for the husband that is cheating on her, or a husband should cover up for the wife that is cheating on?
Cheating is
on him?
very
it's dicey.
Cheating is a dangerous thing. One of the ways to lose the trust of your spouse is doing that when you prefer them to someone else. When there's also someone who wants to hit the benefit of marriage without covenant. It's not good.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.